boom. Wait a minute, just like that. Boom, 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 just like that. A-Dubb Productions, just like that. Like, comment, subscribe, just like that. Boom, wait a minute, just like that. A-Dubb, you ready? Wait a minute. So right now I'm tacking everything down, and it's looking pretty good. If you guys want me to see, if you guys want to see the part before this on how I got to this point, I need your help. You need to help yourselves actually. Go to yesterday's video and go ahead and hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so already, because that's the only way it's going to get to 1,500 views in one day, 24 hours. So it hasn't done that yet, so I don't know. So far it's looking like I'm not going to post that other video. I'm going to post it only for channel members. So if you guys want to see that video, and you guys already know what to do, you got to go ahead and back to the video and hit the thumbs up button so the video can get shared out and pushed out to more people so that they can get to that 1,500 views. You know what I mean? So that's what we got to do, guys. Help me help you, especially if you want to see it, you know. It's looking really good though. It's looking really good. Definitely looking good. You know? I'll tell you guys what else I learned in a little while after I'm done this stuff. Very tedious to do it this way. It's much easier with a single stitch, but because of the type of stitch, the type of satin stitch that I got, or that their lack of, I need to tack this down real good, so I had to use this type of stitch. I didn't have to, but I think it's going to secure it better. And it is securing it better so far. Let me make sure, just double check to make sure nothing's getting sewed on itself, and yeah. Last little part right here, and yeah, I learned a lot with this little project right here. I'm enjoying it a lot. Every time you can learn something, it's always enjoyable. One last turn. Bring it around, and then do a back stitch. Back stitch to lock everything in, and that's it. That is it. We are good to go, guys. Let's take this out and look at it. So there you go. Y'all can see how it came out off the machine. I do see little plastic remnants around the edges, so I'm gonna do this slightly differently, and the thread colors, like you see, are not exactly matching, but it does look similar to the way the professional jerseys are, and that's what I was going for. That's what I was trying for. Now, what I am gonna do next time is I'm gonna use my serger. If you had a Marrow machine, it'll be good. If you had a Marrow machine, it'll be excellent. But I'm going to use my serger next time to give it that finished edge. And I'm pretty positive that they used a serger on the ones that are on the professional jerseys. But this looks pretty good for my first attempt. Actually, this is my second attempt, but this looks very, very good. It has its own look to it, and it's in there. You guys can see my stitch. My stitch is a little bit different than the ones on there on the professional jersey. The professional jersey just had a single stitch, and they use the same thread color in the bobbin. But this time I used this pattern. I think this pattern is pretty cool. But this just inspired me to get a little bit more busy on my sewing machine. But I think it looks good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm also going to show you guys in the Chroma software that I made it in, that I made the square in, what you can do differently to make yours even better in the Chroma software real fast. Alright, let me show you that. So let's look at what we have on screen right here, and you guys will see what I did yesterday versus what I created today that made more sense, that I should have did yesterday, but I wasn't thinking things all the way through yesterday. I was just having fun and showing you guys something on the fly. So this is what I did yesterday with a basic steel stitch, right? I got the outline, I got the placement stitch, and then I programmed that a different color, and then I made a steel stitch going around the perimeter. Now, today, as I looked at my design, I thought it made more sense to make what's called a mimic marrow stitch in this program, and all the programs should be able to do this, but I'm using started this in Chroma Lux, so that's what I'm finishing in. So I made what's called a mimic marrow stitch, and what that is you guys see the patches, like the police patches and stuff like that. Most of them have marrow stitches on it, and to do a marrow stitch, you need a marrow stitch machine. I'll post one on the screen so you guys can see what it looks like. But it's a whole sewing machine within itself. It sits on a table, and table makes it move and stuff. And it's an industrial type of sewing machine called a marrow machine. So that's what you need to finish off your patches if you want this type of look. But another thing that you can use on this particular patch that we're working on is the name patch is serger. And looking at those jerseys that were on the video yesterday, I really think, I'm 100% positive, as a matter of fact, that in the factory they're using sergers to create that border on the outside of the patches, and then they're just sewing it down. So moving forward, I'm going to break out my serger today. I'm going to rethread it with the proper threads. If I don't have the proper threads, I'm just gonna order some more threads, or try to run to the store and grab some threads that match the jerseys a little bit better. I know I have black, and I have a black jersey or two, so I'm gonna go get that, and I'm gonna do the next one on the serger, so that way I don't have to put it on the embroidery machine. I could just serge the edges and have a nice finished edge. And to me, it seems like that's a better option, because if you guys look at the rectangle that I made from putting it on the embroidery machine, I had to kind of stabilize it some type of way, so I used the two plastics, and I don't like the way the plastics is making the finished result look. And these plastics they do not dissolve in water, so this is gonna actually live with the garment. But it still looks good. But overall, I think I could have did it a lot better. What I should have did, to be honest, was I should have added a beaded border around the whole thing to hide that before I applied it to the shirt. That's a possibility, but that's just more work, and that defeats the purpose. Because I could have used few scrap pieces of the Ooh, that's a whole nother look. A few scrap pieces of the tackle twill, and create a whole border, a rectangular border around the whole thing to hide the edges. That's a whole nother cleaner look that I didn't even think about that you can do. Wow, that would be interesting. I'm going to try that, as a matter of fact. I'm going to experiment with a lot of different stuff, but as you guys can see on the screen, this mimic marrow stitch looks a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. The borders, the outside border is a solid satin type of finish, and the inside is more open and grabs and connects the patch So the patch, or what are we calling this, a nameplate. And you know, once you know how to do this, you can make your jerseys. You can go into if you could buy these jerseys blank, right? And you can go into making stuff for football teams, I guess, and you know, the letters and the numbers and everything on the sleeves and on the front and on the back. I think, yeah, it's nothing but vinyl, or you can just cut off a piece of tackle tool and just, you know, stick it on there. If you have a laser cutter, you can create these little small perforated holes. I know somebody was asking me, some customer or potential customer reached out to me and asked me if I can create some of these jerseys with them for him with perforated holes, and I don't have a laser cutter that's capable of doing that, so I rejected that business. But this is pretty cool. I'm gonna experiment with this a little bit more, along with some other stuff that I'm working on in the background. Like I'm working on a lot of fraternity stuff, so I'm gonna experiment with this, so I'll be good to go in the football season. And once you have this down, your football season is good, and your basketball season is good, and even hockey, because you know how to do the nameplate. So yeah, practice this stuff and share your work with me if you don't mind. Share your work with me, A-Dubb Productions, A-Dubb Productions at gmail.com. Share your work with me if you guys plan on making any of this. I want to see it, or share it, or tag me on Instagram if you post it on your Instagram. I'd love to see what you guys, how you guys are doing this. I know some of you guys are really skilled and talented. You guys are gonna take this and make it your own. So I'm interested to seeing what you guys come up with. Very, very cool stuff. And this, what's so cool about this, is just so many different ways that you can make this nameplate. So if you're a creative person, you're gonna make something really, really amazing. You know, while I'm looking at it, I'm just thinking of a bunch of different ways that I can make this, a bunch of different materials I could use. You know, vinyl, brick vinyl. You could do a screen print. You could so many, and the border. So many different ways you can do the border. You can just sew. You could sew the border if you want to. You could do it on an embroidery machine. You could use a marrow machine. You could use an embroidery machine and make a mimic marrow stitch, like I did right here. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this, and a lot of different ways you can try to tackle this. But hopefully, this video, yesterday's video, gets to 1,500 views, and I will post the. Right now, we're only at 647 views. So, and it's 16 hours. So at 24 hours, I would like to get 1,500 views, and then I'll post the part 2 of this right here. How to football jersey name. I posted part 1. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I'll probably just upload it, you know. And if you guys want, like I said, if you guys want to see me to make a part 2 and make it public, the video I posted yesterday has to reach 1,500. And other than that, it's still going to be available on the channel, but it's just going to be available to people that are members of my channel. All right, so I'll talk to you guys on the next video. I hope this was a little bit helpful to you. I didn't want to leave you guys totally hanging, so I made something else to go along with it, because I hate to leave you guys hanging. I love you guys' support. I love you guys. I know you guys are interested in this because I saw people interacting and talking. A lot of people watch it all the way through, so I want to give you guys a little something else. But I have to do what's best for the channel moving forward, and I think this is what it is. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And like I said, most of you guys that do this type of work should know how to proceed from here. You guys don't need that second video, but some of you guys want to see it so you can follow along. So I'd like to do it. So go over there, and if you watched the first video, you didn't hit the thumbs up button, go over there and hit that thumbs up button so it can be pushed out, or even leave a comment in the comment section of that first video so it can get pushed out real fast so we can get to that 1,500 views. All right, talk to you guys later.